Quick and dirty wheel bearing change on a 2001 Ford Taurus Wagon. Outside in the cold. Jack up the car by the control arm. Don't jack up the car in the middle because the middle is a little weaker. It's got a frame system that I don't really trust. That's why I don't jack it up like that. If I don't have it on the lift, I'll do it this way. Next thing to do is take the wheel off. If you can, put the wheel underneath the car. That'll save you if the jack gives up. If not, it's better to have a jack stand under there. Under no circumstances should you put your body underneath the car in any way. Grease coming out the cap, I don't know why, but the bearing is shot. Off come the caliper and the caliper adapter. Alright, caliper bolts are 14 millimeter. I gotta take the caliper off because in order to get to the adapter, it's so ungangly that you can't really reach in there unless you use universal. I just find it easier to take the caliper off first. Move it off to the side, hang it up with a hook. Alright, taking the 15 millimeter caliper adapter bolts off. After you take that off, the disc will come off because it's captured by the adapter. Then we'll take the cap off by taking a chisel and going all the way around it and moving the cap off the bearing. This is how noisy the hub was. It'll get even louder going down the road. You gotta take the cap off with a chisel on the edge, just tapping it around. Keep tapping it around until it comes off. Try not to get any dirt in it. There you go. If this car, if you don't have air tools, you're going to have to take this cap off prior to, leave the car on the ground, and then use a breaker bar in order to take this off. Because this bolt and the spindle and the nut have 225 foot-pounds of torque. That's a lot of torque. You still hear all that noise. I know you're not supposed to use a chrome socket with a impact, but it's the only one I have that fits, so I have to do it. And you can see it came out really nice. And that came out really nice. That's how easy that is. It's old and crusty. Nice and old and crusty. Alright, the old spindle has a little spot of rust, not much. Most of it's clean. I'm going to put a little tiny bit on my rag here, fluid film. I don't want to get any fluid film on the threads because this nut is supposed to be replaced each time it's taken off. But unfortunately, no one has it around here except the dealer, and I'm not going to pay the dealer price for it. The only way I can get one of these is through Rock Auto, so I'll have to order one and wait till Rock Auto gets here and then replace it. But for now, I'll use red Loctite on the threads for safety. And there you go. Do not use an impact to put this nut on. Ever. You should always do it by hand. Nice little bit of red Loctite on there. I don't want it to come loose. The actual nut by hand, not with an impact. It will destroy the bearing. With the torque wrench set at 225 foot-pounds, torque the nut. After all, I like to check it at least twice. That's why I click that many times. This is how quiet a new bearing is. You don't hear anything, do you? Thank you very much. Okay, brake caliper back on with a little blue Loctite on the threads. Then the caliper will go on. Then the wheel. Work the caliper adapter bolt to 76, and that's good. There you go. Tighten down the caliper bolts to 26 foot-pounds. I'm pretty used to it. I don't even need the torque wrench to do it with. Exactly about what they should be, but if you don't, then I'll practice to use the torque wrench. With the brake and everything and the caliper all attached, the cap back on it, the dust cap, put the wheel back on, torque the lug nuts to 100 foot-pounds, and you're good to go. Torque at 100 foot-pounds in a star pattern. After they're all torqued up, checked, take it for a drive, see if it makes any noise. Good. Other than the characteristic Ford power steering whine, sounds pretty good. Take it on a little bit of a cruise here around the corner on the highway. See how that bearing sounds. The other side needs to be done, but it's too cold. 94,000 miles. Not bad. 800 bucks. Keeping it alive. Sounds pretty good. I can hear the other one just slightly. But the big whine is gone. The big rah going down the road is gone. So that's a success on the driver's side. See you guys later.